Hello, art lovers, or those who love to love art. Welcome to my window art gallery. My name is Loretta, a sleuthsayer of culture through art. I'm here at Happy New Year. We're into a new year in this pandemic, and I thought I would bring another art composition for you to explore and come up with ideas about what it means to you, what feelings come up, maybe a story, a commentary on culture, and to remind you that the viewer is always correct. Your views come from your life experience, from different places you've lived, things that you've lived through, your values, your morals, and art can help us to find our voice again, find our opinions, get us out of what culture programs us to think and feel, and try to get back to who we are. So this composition that I'm going to do today is called Supporting Sages. It's 18 inches by 24 inches. It's on a canvas. It's wallpaper, latex paint, acrylic paint, more wallpaper, and charcoal. So if you want to pause the video, and before I get into what it means to me so that it doesn't influence you, to write down what emotions come up, or what you think, or what story it might tell, this is a good time to do that. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so for me, I started working with horses, with equine therapy, and there was this one day when I was there that I was working with the matriarch of the pack, Meta, and she was the oldest in the herd. And when I was working with her, I had this wild revelation when I looked down at her that her lips were all wrinkled. And because the horses, when you work with them, they encourage you or get you to be honest about how you're thinking and you're feeling, or else they just won't do what you want them to do. So when I saw her wrinkled lips, it got me to realize that when we get into our sage years, it's a different stage and age of our life, and we offer different things. So I wanted to do a composition to show that this horse did not reject me because I was getting older, or I wasn't as rich, or didn't have status or power. I was a woman in a patriarchal culture. The horses just treated me with the respect, and if I showed up with integrity and honesty and compassion and care, then they were fine. And so it got me to think about being a sage and what that means, and to start embracing my sage, and to stop dyeing my hair, and to embrace this new stage that I'm in. And as Meta embraced me, as the other horses in the herd embraced me, and I chose a wallpaper that had a bunch of bumps in it so that it would help showcase the lines and all of those things that happen to us as human naturally, as they do with horses. And I wanted to include that in the composition. I also wanted to show this heart-centered connection and the trust that we formed. This was like a 2,000-pound horse, and when I first came into the pack, I was so beat up by culture, and fear was just infused in me from so many judgments and the things that we're programmed to do, that when I first met these horses, and I grew up on the farm on weekends with my grandparents, so I was totally caught off guard that I was so afraid with these horses. But over time, working with Monique and equine therapy and Woodstock, leading edge equine therapy, it really helped me get more grounded again. It started to get me to embrace who I was. And it was just so wonderful to see this matriarch who the other horses respected, had wrinkled lips. She didn't need Botox. She didn't need to hide her age or her stage. She was embraced for her wisdom and the things that she offered the herd, and she had a place and a space, and she allowed me to be in that space and that place too. And so I wanted to convey all of the chaos that, you know, a culture can throw at us and get us confused about who we are, and embracing the stage and the age that we're in. And I also wanted to put down all of the planets and the stars and that have come before us in generations, and how we've evolved because of what came before us, but that we also have a responsibility to pass on something. And what are we going to pass on? Are we going to pass on acceptance of where we're at and who we are? That's what I'm hoping. And this 2,000-pound horse Meta just embraced me, and we had a heart connection, and I felt safe and with this 2,000-pound horse, and accepted for who I was. So maybe this composition means something different for you. I hope that you can get the courage to come up with what it means for you, and what message it might have for you, or what opinions, or what it might help open up your mind to some of the programming that's happened to you in your life, and get your voice starting to resonate with yourself first, that you trust and believe your own voice, and get the courage to express it out. So I invite you to come back to keep exploring what art means to you. This will help you find out who you are, what your views are, and what matters to you. Thank you for visiting my art gallery. You could be anywhere you wanted to be, and you chose to be here, and I appreciate that. So have a great day and a Happy New Year.